Hi there, welcome back to It's Only Paper. I'm Lisa and it's going to be a nice creative chatty one today. I was going to carry on in my new home journal. We did a Zoom last night and I have done a lot of the back pages and I want to finish that off. I'm so close to finishing. However, it's this journal that's calling me today. I haven't created in here for a while and I've been talking about this trip quite a lot on my Instagram page. We were here this time last year and so I decided to pull out this trips journal and have some fun in it. So it's my mega huge great big Disney journal and I love it, and I'm starting to get to the stage where I'm running short on pages but I've still got lots of stories to tell, so I figured I would go onto this page today. I'm also going to be talking about how to make your time a bit more productive and just ways that I find it helps to get me at my desk creating, so I'm going to touch on those today as well. I do have these bits and pieces from Paper Maze, so this little bit is ad gifted today. And so I'm just going to have a little look. I haven't had a proper look through. I did order them online. Simple Vintage Spring Garden. I picked these because I'm going to do some outdoorsy photos today and it was spring. So, and I love the colours. Look, the colours are just going to go so well, aren't they? Really well. So yeah, I loved all the pinks and they're quite muted as well. So, and I am a massive fan of simple stories, as you probably know. So I've got the sticker sheet here. This is all 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And then I've got some bits and pieces as well. Isn't that pretty? But you can obviously cut these down. Oh, I like that. All the flowers of all the tomorrows are the seeds of today. Oh my goodness, I might use that on something else. That's just given me an idea. Somehow I've managed to get 3 sheets of this and I only ordered 1, I think. I keep doing something where I keep getting 2 sheets every time I order from Paper Maze, so I'm obviously doing something wrong. Isn't that beautiful? But this paper will not go to waste. I will be able to use it on so many projects. This is what's given me the ideas today. Look at those tags. So we are going to create with tags. Something I like doing actually when I go through a paper collection is going through, and if it's something I know instantly I'm going to use, I pop to one side. Butterflies are beautiful. I'm also going to be creating a new journal soon as well, so I had these in mind for this as well. I will leave a link down below if you want to go and check it out. I will be using one of these as well. I want to create like an extra page because I am running out of space. That was one of the duplicates there in this journal. I was looking at this one as well online thinking how cool this is for those like junk journal-y pages. So I'm going to take that, and I loved this one to cut out. So I'm popping that one to one side as well. And I think I might save that. I've got another idea for that one. And actually that seed one, that would be so good in my new home journal. I'm so close to finishing that off. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I thought this was the perfect page. I did contemplate this page, but I really love these papers and I don't want to cover them up, and they just don't go quite that well with that. So I figured let's do this page, start a whole new page, and we'll go from there. So I'm really liking this paper. Now the 12 by 12 is the perfect size in here. What I might do is actually fold it over. That's quite a nice idea. Let's try this. Fold over a little bit. Oh, let's grab the border punch as well. This is the first one that's come out of the basket, so we're going to go with this one first, and it also happened to be my favourite. So just to pretty up the edge a little bit. So let me know how you've been doing. What have you been up to? Have you been struck down by any of these nasty colds? There are so many around. We've both had them. Kids have had them. They're just everywhere at the moment, and everyone seems to be saying the same thing, no matter what kind of slightly varied symptoms you've had. It just seems to hang around and doesn't seem to want to shift. It's not nice. And then today is just so cold and gloomy. I fancied putting on a dress today, but I think that was a bad decision. I've ended up with long cozy sleeves. I've ended up putting my indoor trainers on as well. It's just a really horrible day. So that's what I'm thinking. Let's have that page like that. That is cute. And I would like to have something on the top there as well, but I haven't decided what. That is really cute. I am liking that a lot. Now, I went through my memorabilia thinking, what have I got? And went through the bag. All I've got is a brown paper bag. I can't find anything. I bought a wooden postcard. I couldn't even find the receipt for that. So I don't know if I'm going to use this because I don't really need to be honest. So could well be in the future in this journal. I am desperate for a brown paper bag, so I may well just keep that. I am thinking I want something on the edge of the page. May well come back and add some lace or something like that. That might be quite pretty. I am though wanting to create a pocket. I'd already made my mind up about that. Just wondering if actually any of this would be nice as a little trimming. I don't know, maybe not. Right, pocket along the bottom. I'm thinking what I had in mind was making a pocket and then sliding the little tags in. I thought that might look quite cute. Or what's on here? Are there any that I want to keep? Oh, these are the pocket, are the tags, aren't they? Which ones am I not so fussed with? I'm not so fussed with that strip there. Right, I've got an idea. I'm going to cut that middle section out. This is what we are going to do. Let's get the trimmer. So yeah, it's been a busy few days around here. I haven't been at my creative desk as much as I would like. In fact, I feel it's been quite neglected lately, which is quite sad. But yeah, that happens sometimes, doesn't it? And I know I'm not alone in feeling like that. I'm not going to stick this in until afterwards. In fact, let's move this out the way. I think at the moment this is a big distraction. Do you know, that is a tip I always give to people actually. Having too much stuff can often hinder what you want to do. Like for me, having a tidier desk really helps. I find too much busy is just too much for my head. But the same goes for sometimes having too much stash out as well. If you've got too much stuff, it ends up having the opposite effect, I find. Keeping things simple, I think, is definitely helpful. That's why sometimes I like having a collection or one of my own kits, or just going through my stash and pulling out a few bits and pieces. I find it really helps, and almost then setting myself a little bit of a challenge just to create with what's on my page. Right, that is cool. I like that. Where is my hole punch? I am going to just cut out these holes on here just because I think that will look quite nice. So yeah, I find just going through and almost like, even if I haven't got a kit to work with, just pulling myself out a little mini kit really helps. Right, that is our first little bit. I'm going to make a pocket there. Just going to use some double-sided sticky tape along the bottom like this. Then I can stick this down here and we've got our pockets there. Perfect. Now I'm thinking, actually, I think this paper bag would work really well. As much as it's a bit more toned, it's still quite busy. So let's go with the bag. I'm not going to stick it in, but I might tear it down. How about we tear it slightly down like this, like that, and tidy up this one as well. There we go. Does that work? I don't know. Does that just look a bit rubbishy now? I don't know. We'll have stuff in it anyway, won't we? The other thing I was going to do actually was put these photos on there. I think I might stick those on there actually, and then maybe even put something on the top. That actually goes quite nicely on there. What else have we got? There's just so much choice here. I do quite like that. And in fact, I might even just fold that over. Oh, I think someone's at the door. I think actually what I might do is attach this. Right. Let's see how this works. Let's pop some tape on the back here. I'm waiting for the postman to come back. So I'm waiting for a knock at the door for my parcels. I had more than he anticipated and he wanted to go back and get the van. Right, like that. And then I'm thinking, no, actually let's stick this on here. Let's do that. Okay, let's pop that on there. I still haven't decided. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick this in actually, because I don't want it to slip down too far and then not be able to see the photos. So if I do that, I am aware that I wanted to have the other photos on the little tag, so am I going to now block? I love that picture of my dad and I. I've now got another idea. Right, I love that. I'm really happy with that. So I am now thinking what I might do is create, oh, I might get some vellum, or let's pop this along the bottom. I think this could work really, really well. Let's cut this down here because I didn't want it to, if I pop those little tags in, they're going to cover up then the picture of my dad and I. But actually, we can do exactly the same along there, and that will work out really, really well. I can't believe this was a year ago now. It's just gone by so fast. My dad's back in Florida at the moment. He's gone to a different area today, this time, just somewhere that, rather than be like, I think it was about a 12-hour drive, this time it was a 9-hour drive. Different coastline. It's not as nice, he says, as St. Augustine. Sorry, one of my lights has just gone off. I need to stick a battery on it. And the beach isn't dog friendly, so they're having to take the dog somewhere else. But yeah, but they seem happy. So we've got 2 pockets now. So now I'm thinking, how about this up here? Although I did quite like the, seeing that. I do really like that there though. Or this up here. I was thinking, you see, of the words spring sunshine. It doesn't stand out enough for me. I'm going to have to rethink that, but I do want to use that. Or we have the sunshine there. And this goes onto here at the top. That's what we're going to do there. And then maybe, yeah, like that. Could change it. I haven't changed my mind, made my mind up yet. Let's see how it goes. I think I might just tear this down a little bit. There, right. And then we're gonna, which ones shall we do? I think these ones. I've got 4 little photos to cut out and stick. So lately, like I said, I've been struggling to make time for journaling, and I really miss it. I've got so many things I'm wanting to do, and it's not that I feel behind. I don't let myself, or I try not to let myself feel like that. It's just that I really want to do things. I want to get my 2024 journal started. I've got it all here on my desk. Well, it's not on my desk at the moment because I'm creating on it. I've moved it on the floor. There's just so many things I want to do. I've nearly finished, like I said, my new home journal. But other things just seem to get in the way and take priority. And I know that's a common feeling with people. So that's what I thought I would talk to you about today, because I know it's a common problem, especially when you've got kids. Just everything else takes priority. So I was going to share some tips today on how I manage things and see if that helps you. Right, so I'm going to cut these out and then pop those on there like that. Oh, I like that idea. So my number 1 tip for you is to be organised with your time, and even plan to have creative time. Write it in your diary. There's no harm in doing that. Have your planner out for the day and make time for what you want to do. Otherwise, if you don't, you will never ever get round to it. It will always be at the bottom of your list. And let's face it, mums always tend to be at the bottom of the list, don't they? So yeah, I highly recommend that. That's something that really helps me. Should we have a little photo? I think I might do a little photo at the top. So yeah, I really recommend doing that. Which one shall we, which one? I think we need the pink. Oh, actually the red might go quite nicely. I find actually, like today, I've actually got this creative time on my planner, and it just means then that I try and work it into my day. We had to stay in today anyway because I was waiting for my post to be collected, so I knew I wasn't going anywhere, so that actually helped me. And then I just thought, Aid's on a call at the moment, so he's chatting in the office on a Zoom call with work. So I just thought, you know, I'm just going to come up here and grab half an hour at my desk. Now, the thing that helped me, I actually planned this time last night. So I planned it just before I went to bed, and I laid stuff out on my desk ready. So that's another thing as well. Like I said, being organised with your time. I'm going to pop that up there, I think that looks quite cute. So I highly recommend that. Otherwise, could you imagine, I gave myself half an hour today and I just came and sat at my desk and procrastinated about what I was going to do, because let's face it, we've all done that. Or sometimes, have you ever done that where you think, right, I'm going to have the whole afternoon creative time today, whether it be scrapbooking, journaling, whatever it is you do, and then you sit down and you just push papers around. You just don't know where to start. You don't feel inspired by anything, and it's almost like your head feels so overwhelmed, like you're suddenly allowing yourself that time, but you don't actually know what to do or where to start. It's a little bit like for us when we go on holiday. We have an itinerary and we plan what we're going to do, because I don't want to wake up in the morning and think, right, what are we going to do today? Because then by the time you've decided and then you've got yourself ready and you've gone out for the day, half of the day is gone. So this is no different to that at all. This is cute, isn't it? Really cute. And I might even have some kind of little pocket up there just to tuck that in. Oh, this one's pretty. Or actually this one goes really well with the tag. Yeah, so this is exactly the same. So if you break your time down and think about it. And get your stuff out the day before. If you know you're going to have some creative time, get the stuff out the day before. Oh, I could even do it sideways. Yeah, I think that will work better. And yeah, and then when you do have your creative time, you're coming in for a purpose. You know what you want to do, and that just works really, really well for me. The other thing is as well, have your photos ready. If you're using photos, try and get them ready. I often try and like edit my photos, put them into folders and things like that when I'm in the car. If Aid's driving, which obviously he always does because I don't like driving, I always try and do that. Work on things like that whilst we're chatting in the car, or whilst we're like watching TV together in the evenings. I work on my photos, do my free prints orders. They're usually done in the car. And again, it's just being clever with your time. Let's face it, us mums are very good at multitasking, are we not? So use your time wisely. Almost break it down into chunks so that, again, you're not preparing photos when you could be journaling. Right, let's make sure that goes like that. And that goes like that. And then this, slide in now. Oh, I'm happy with that. This is so cute. Have we got any stickers to go? Oh, I need to put the holes on here. Like this. But today, because I've got my photos ready, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew which journal I was going to do, work in, and I even had my papers and that ready. It means that today, just because I laid this out last night, which took me about 5-10 minutes just before I got into bed, and then this today is just going to come together really, really quickly. So it does make life a lot easier. We've got some really cute stickers. I do quite like the hello. Well, actually, I like that down there. That's so nice. But I want something up here as well. We've got these really cute little word stickers on there. Which one? Oh, happy days spent together. Oh, these are so nice, actually. I'm going to put that one up there, actually. Oh, this is, I'm just having so much fun. And I'm just going to decorate. I can journal down there if I want to. And I also thought I can journal like on the backs of the tags. This day here was a spontaneous day. I was feeling really down. Isn't that awful to be in Florida and feeling really down? I was really missing my dad. We'd spent some time with Dad in St. Augustine, and then we went back to Orlando. But he was still in Orlando, and I was really struggling not seeing him, being that close and not seeing him, and it was just making me feel so down. So oh, I want one to go across the top. And so this particular morning we were supposed to go to Hollywood Studios, and I ended up messaging with my dad, and I just wanted to see him before he headed back to Indiana. So yeah, we ended up meeting up as a spontaneous one, and we met at my mind's just gone blank. Where did we meet? Isn't that awful? It's a state park. Oh gosh, I'm going to need to find that out now. It was Blue Springs. I had to go and check on my phone to see where we'd gone. I'd completely forgotten. We went to Silver Springs as well the week before, and I was getting the two muddled up then. I was thinking, no, it's not. It hasn't got springs in it, but it has. Right, I'm going to get some journaling done. I think this might be one of the quickest pages ever. I wanted to talk about the backstory actually behind the day, the reason why we went. So I'm actually just going to cut this out for my journaling. I'm not sure. I want it just to poke over the top. I'm not sure how long it needs to be. And so I'm going to tear that. That's perfectly. And then there. And then I can journal on there. That's quite sweet, actually. I like that. These little bits will definitely be used next time. And there we have it. That is my page. I've done all my journaling about Blue Springs. Got my little tags, and I've got the journaling there, the story about how we come to visit here. Now all I need to do, where's my journal gone? Oh, here we go. I need to pop it in here. Wasn't that a quick journaling session today? I'm so happy about that. But yeah, definitely try and stay organised with your time. And also the other thing, I know I say this quite often, but if you struggle with time for journaling but you want to be creative, I do find the more you create, the easier it is and the quicker you get into things. Do little and often. If you can't do a whole page, just get your stamps out. We were on a Zoom last night, and we had a new lady join us, Rachel, and she was just colouring in some stamped images that she had. And isn't that just a lovely thing to do? If you haven't got much time, do something like that. I've done that really badly. I've put that down too low. Let's go a little bit higher. But that is the perfect thing to do, isn't it? If you haven't got loads of time. Or do some fussy cutting. There's just so many things that you can do that is creative, but isn't at your desk, doesn't take hours and hours. There's just always ways around things. And then also, that also goes sort of hand in hand with what I was saying. The next time then you think you've done something like that, some fussy cutting or some stamping, next time you come to create, it makes creating a page so much quicker. There we go. And then I've got a new little page for next time, and this added page here for next time as well. So I am pleased with that. That is so cute, my little Blue Springs page. Really, really happy with that. Got a nice lot of photos on there as well. Really, really loved that day. I hope you've enjoyed this quick one with me today. I really hope it's inspired you, and try and break things down into baby sort of little steps. It really, really does help you manage your time and helps you be more creative and more productive as well. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next time on Monday, it will be, with our next page or whatever we end up doing. I wonder if I'd have finished this one by then. Oh, I set myself, well, that's just come off from somewhere. I set myself the end of April, the end of Feb to finish it. So let's see if I can finish this over the weekend. Take care, have a lovely day. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.